Welcome back to another Askari Cast. My name is Rod Van Blake, off the Ancient Illumination series, as well as the Mbani Chronicles. I am joined once again by Jocelyn Short.
Hi.
She's a concept artist and illustrator. She's doing lots of great cover work, and she's also going to be releasing her comic Bearers that we will get to see the debut at New York Comic Con coming up in October. I will be there as well. So, what's your table, Jocelyn?
D26 in the Artist Alley.
D26 and Artist Alley is where Jocelyn Short is. My table, I believe, is WB21, also in Artist Alley, but a part of Writer's Block. Lots of good things happening. We're also joined by JP Jackson.
Hey, everybody.
He is a artist, writer, and educator. He is also the illustrator on the Ancient Illumination graphic novels, Yambani Chronicles comics, as well as his own series, Eve of Insurrection, Eve of Reclamation, and the Grown in the Garden kids STEM series comic. He is with us as well. If you are interested at all in any of our creative endeavors, there will be links when I upload to Spotify to our personal websites, so you can check all the cool things that we are doing. Today we are talking episode 7 of Alien Earth. So, spoiler alert, if you have not watched that far, we are on episode 7, Emergence. I think, is it tomorrow that the next one comes out?
Yep, season finale should be.
Season finale. And then with all the things going on in the world, not sure how much more we're going to get from them because they keep messing up and following the likes of the Tangerine Palpatine that we don't like. So we may have to switch up and go to Peacemaker or something till they get their act right.
Do not obey. Do not obey in advance to tyranny, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll figure something out. There's lots of things for us to discuss, including our own stuff, as well as we have a lot of stuff in the indie sphere, the indie creators that are doing some good things. If we wanted to, we could switch up and start doing some comic and other creative reviews to kind of discuss. Maybe I'll put a poll up on Spotify, see what y'all think, see what the audience goes into. So, spoiler alert, Emergence, the 7th episode. I'm still really liking this series. I'll give kind of a brief breakdown. We open with Slightly. My boy is sitting in his room by himself with poor Arthur with the face hugger strapped to his mouth, shoved up under my boy's bed, his feet hanging out, all crazy. My boy slightly tries to feed him with some sports drink or something, asks him if he needs something to eat, and tries to slide the face hugger to the side and put the straw in his mouth. He's gurgling. Smee comes knocking on the door. I have to off camera. I was telling Jordan before we started. I have to remind myself that Slightly, Smee, and the rest of the Lost Boys crew are in fact
Kids.
children.
Yeah.
And I have to keep myself from getting angry because these dudes are stupid. And it's like, no, wait a minute. They're not stupid. They're just kids that they put in these adult bodies, and that's why they look so stupid doing what they do. And I have to remind myself. So Smee freaks out. He's banging on Slightly's door, and finally Slightly lets him in. And they go about not even really a plan. He just lets Smee know that, they got my family, and I had to do this. The man from the ship is threatening me. And the only reason that Smee agrees to do this is because he thinks that Arthur is going to be okay in the end. And I'm looking like, I don't know how y'all felt. Please chime in. I was like, these are the least equipped pair to try and pull this caper off. They're helped out by some chaos and the fact that Kirsch knows everything. Kirsch knows all. He finds the mess in the lab. He instantly knows how to neutralize the creatures. I'm starting to wonder if this whole thing wasn't planned on him. Like he's doing his own side experiments to the experiment. What do y'all think?
So for starters, on Shmi and Slightly, just I don't suffer from the same fate of forgetting that they're kids. It just reinforces how just ridiculous and laughable the things that they do. So just the even idea of them slightly trying to feed Arthur. Well, first of all, I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that was gonna work. I was like, wait a second, the face hugger's not gonna rip off its head, not gonna tighten its grip or do nothing else. I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Homie could have I had a lot of questions, but that was ridiculous. So it was just really funny to see them try to drag his body throughout this kind of facility. And even when we get to that scene when they drop his body and then Kurt shows up, it kind of has me okay, he saw them do it. This makes sense, but it's which side is he still on? I still have a question. All right, what's his intention?
Yeah.
So this is just all it's all fun for me. It's all pushing the story along. It's all entertaining.
Yeah.
Even when he gets back to the lab where they have all of the subjects kind of detained. I thought that to see him, to just see how effectively they kind of he's just calmly having guards go in and just shock the aliens. Wow, I didn't know shocking was this is all they need to just neutralize it. Yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, they're little bugs. They're like little rats. They're like little flying space rats. Put them in a container. Homie had a dustpan, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, he did not just sweep a bug into a dustpan. I'm like, that's crazy. Y'all are just that chill about this creature that decomposes things outside of its body.
Yeah. And the fact that he can remotely control everything by that little data pad, that's why I'm thinking it might have been planned, because in the last episode, when he's watching all this transpire with that little iPad thing, he could have pressed the button and unlocked the door that Tools was trying to open that he broke off that started this whole thing. It's starting to look like Kirsch's planned a lot of this. I'm gonna see what happens by sending this dumb little kid in here and see what happens. I'm gonna watch.
I think I feel
Mm-hmm.
like he's definitely gonna be one of the end players of this whole thing. I think he's gonna whatever I can't theorize fully what he's orchestrating,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like he's going to outlive what's the kid genius name, the billionaire boy. Yeah, I feel like he's going to outrank him some kind of way.
He already does to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, certainly. I feel like everybody around him honestly does. It's just, he creates these parameters to where he can maintain a modicum, even if it's an illusion of control.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see kind of what his not Boy Cavalier, but Kirsch, yeah, what his master plan is going to be.
And they don't know whether they can restore Toodle. There's talk of, hey, can we just basically reboot and reinstall him somewhere else? And he's like, we haven't cracked that yet, but possible. So it's possible they could bring Toodles back, but they don't know for sure.
It seemed like Boy Cavalier was quick. It seemed like, based on his response, he was a little quick to just disregard it, $6 million down the drain.
Yeah. There's kind of a common theme with this show of nobody respecting anybody's sense of autonomy.
Yeah.
Wendy doesn't respect anybody's autonomy, even though she's trying to do the right thing. In the end, she gives one of the other Lost Boys a choice in the matter. But yeah, Arthur is the only one that used to kind of respect their autonomy, and he gets got for it, basically. But Slightly did what he did to Arthur for his own machinations, because he's trying to save his family. Wendy thinks she could just pick up and take everybody off island. Joe has no plan. He's trying to get her off island. It's but nobody respects anybody's autonomy in the show. And Kirsch is just playing chess. I have kind of a weird theory that Boy Cavalier thinks of himself as Peter Pan, when really it's Kirsch.
Oh, that's
because
interesting.
Kirsch will never age.
Right.
But Boy Cavalier eventually will age and become an old person, whereas the hybrids and the synth really are the only ones that are going to remain as they are if they, as long as they don't get destroyed.
Right.
And we
It's
can go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say. I think it's really interesting. What you're saying about the two sides of the same coin of Peter Pan, with Kirsch and Boy Cavalier, but also um, I don't know. I think going back to the idea that like Boy Cavalier wanted these kids because he felt like kids have the highest potential for like or capacity for
Learning.
learning, um, but dehumanizes the children.
Mm-hmm.
It just I don't know, like in how that idea, like with those two things at once, how that is all reverberating through
Yeah.
everything.
He goes back and forth
Yeah.
between trying to humanize them, and then when you see him talk to Dame, he's like, you're not a mother. Don't think of these as children, basically. So he goes back and forth. When he wants to use them, he plays on emotional things, but then at the end, he's just kind of dismissing that, like, these are just, like you said, $6 billion assets for me to play with. Wendy comes in asking questions when Kurtz is fixing the lab, and this took me all the way out. When she says, "What happened to Isaac?" and with a straight face, even though he's not supposed to be emotional, this is still the king of sarcasm for this show. My boy says, "Science." Like that explains how my boy ends up mangled on the floor. What happened with Isaac? Science.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah. And then Wendy talking about, no, that's impossible. We're premium. So you're not as premium as you think.
No.
You can get got. Nothing like a jet to holiday.
Yeah, pretty much. Jeez.
So then they're arguing, trying to
Oh
figure out what's
man.
going on, and Boy Cavalier's not trying to let her leave the lab, and that's when Wendy basically flexes the xenomorph control to get her away, and said, "You can't just erase things," referring to the last episode when Nibs had her part of a memory wipe, and then once again, Boy Cavalier is late. Too late to see that things are about to go off the rails. Now all of a sudden he wants to get to the other Lost Boys before she does to explain what happened, or at least tell his side of it. And that's when Kirsch discovers that their trackers are off. Um, Joe, in my notes, I have Joe, the man with no plan, tells Wendy they have to go, but she wants to get the others. And this is part of what I was talking about. She thinks she's just going to go snap up all the others and tell them to go. No one's really given a choice except for later on Curly when she finds Nibs. And Nibs is like Jordan. Last time you were talking about you needed Nibs to snap, and she seems to be on the verge of that. Nibs is on the verge of snapping again because Wendy filled her in on what happened, and Curly is pissed that you freaked her out. And Wendy's like, she should be freaked out. Like we all should be freaked out. Like stuff ain't right now. And she tells them that they're leaving, and she makes Curly promise not to tell if she's allowed to stay. And at that point, I'm like, I'm guaranteeing Curly's finna snitch. Like, hands down, at the most opportune time, she's gonna drop the goods on them. Doesn't need to, by the way. Or I'm thinking maybe the result of what happened may be a result of Curly snitching. More than likely, though, I think it's Siberian that we see at the end. My notes say, like, y'all probably might be too young for this reference. I said, like Tom Green in the movie Road Trip, Wendy unleashes the fury, opening the Xeno's door to let the Xeno start just attacking the workers in the lab. And Joe's like, what did you do? And notice he didn't stay long enough to see what happens on the monitor. He walks out of the room, and of course, Xeno's just going ham. And then, of course, Boy Cavalier goes in and confronts Dame, thinking that she helped Arthur turn the trackers off, and then the alarms go off because of what the Xenomorph is doing. Slightly and Shmi leaving the chaos. Kirsch catches them, seems to help, and ends up being just a long, elaborate trap for Morrow that he's setting. And I knew that was probably the case, but I wasn't sure. This kind of confirmed it. Nibs and Wendy find their graves. And as they're dragging poor Arthur's body around, they have to hide from in a patrol that's there. This is a security team and not the Marines that we see in the films, Alien or Aliens. But if you look, you can see the smart gun that Rivera carries, the harness and the like Gatling gun like attachment.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
That was it was the old school. It was the same gun that they had in Aliens. They just drop Arthur and didn't really hide him very well. They just drop him and they hide themselves in the bushes. And of course, when the patrol goes by, they get up and see the body's not there anymore. Facehugger falls from the tree. Slightly starts stomping on it, and then out of nowhere, when they were freaking out, Arthur just pops up talking to him like nothing's wrong.
Hey guys, cool.
And Slightly and Shmi are just, again, I have to remind myself because they're kids, they're absolute horrible liars that even the fog and disorientation that Arthur is going through after having the face hugger on, he still knows like y'all have to learn to lie. And once you lie, you got to keep lying. And right now, y'all are still horrible at lying. Let's just go back and we'll figure out what's going on. I guarantee I'll help you. And as soon as he says that, the chest buster pops out. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my good sweet child. Oh, it's funny.
I was dying laughing because I'm like, everything's gonna be okay. I'm like, you're gonna die, and you're gonna die, and it's gonna be horrendous. And as he turn around on the beach, he hunches over. He's not looking too good.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, it's a wrap, Arthur. It's a wrap. And it's I was thinking about it. So is this the first time? I think this is the first time in this series that we like see the actual chest busted. Like we see it earlier, and it's just we see the remnants of it. So I'm like, all right, they're gonna play this one up. And so to see Smee and Slightly's like reaction, I was like, y'all are acting. I'm like, y'all are doing a good job of like acting. Like the actors are doing a great job because I'm like, this is traumatic.
Yeah.
And them screaming out. Like,
and they're worried about two different things.
You said they're worried about different things?
Yeah, Shmi is like, what in the heck is that?
Yeah, what's like, we gotta get that. And I was like, nope, you ain't getting nothing.
Like, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? No. Where did it go? That's the monster they wanted. And Shmi is like, man, you told me he was gonna be cool. Like,
yeah, that was wild.
And then immediately, Slightly just starts picking him up by the legs and dragging him. And then Shmi hesitantly follows. But when they didn't show my boy making the raft.
Nah, that was off screen.
That was off screen.
That was totally off screen. They made a raft.
He made that raft. I mean, they don't give us a time, but it just seemed like snap and the raft was there for Arthur's body. They're dragging it. And they go walking around. Cavalier, then we see him. He didn't move the goat with the eyeball thing into his office so he could talk to him. And then he asked him about Pi. He's finally getting his conversation with a higher intelligence, or so he thinks. So the goat begins to tap out the next succession of numbers in Pi. And then at the last number, my boy just takes a dukes right there. But funnily enough, that might equate to 9, which could be the following number. So
that would be hilarious if, like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, are you this alien's being either really sarcastic right now?
Yeah.
But I'm
it
like,
could be a joke, or it could equal 9 somehow, like in fecal matter somehow.
He's like, I'm not doing 9 taps. I think this is. I'm in chains right now.
Something, 9 ounces.
That and then he picks up the shit on the next episode. Be like, wait, it was exactly 9 ounces. Oh.
And then he's like, now he's like, if only you could talk, and he wants to communicate with him. So he gets an idea of, hey, I know one of the mold scrubbers, the person we've been seeing since the first episode, scrubbing stuff.
Oh, not the mold scrubber.
Oh, I know exactly who I want. So I think he was thinking of Joe in that moment, but we know that Joe is on his way to this boat to rendezvous. That doesn't work out too well. They end up, there's an ambush that pops out, and Wendy counter ambushes with the xenomorph freaking Joe, and Nibs is loving it.
I was loving it.
She was in glee when the xenomorph popped down and started lopping heads off and stabbing people with his tail and biting and eviscerating. Her eyes just lit up, and that was a crazy scene. And then we finally see Shmi and Slightly. They go to the beach, and Morrow looked good. He sounded good. Coming out they popped out the water. All SEAL Team 6
Marine guys out there. You remember those days?
Team 1 has made landfall. Over.
Rob's like, yeah.
They dropped the little scuba gear. They dropped it in the water like that. I'm like,
Rod said, he said, I know that's right.
People like, yeah, hoorah.
The reason I make a point to point that out though is he looked and sounded good, but they walked right into a trap. It was like they all sounded good. Team 2 gets murked by the xenomorph. He ends up finding Shmi and Slightly. They walk right into the building. We do see the new xenomorph get trapped, but at the time we don't know who captured. We just see the net capture it.
Yeah.
And they walk right up to the building, and it's like Shmi and Slightly handed Morrow to Kirsch on a silver platter. They walk in there, and everybody comes out. Put your hands up. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Everybody's pointing their weapon at them. They're trapped. And again, I know he's supposed to be emotionless, but I can't help but feel that Kirsch is just the most sarcastic. When my boy said finders keepers, I was like, he is stupid. He's no one likes a sore loser, man. Finders keepers. And then at the end, telling the two kids, you two are grounded. I was like, oh, he's trolling for real now, like, because he was watching the whole time. And then at the end we see Joe walk up to the boat where they're supposed to escape from with the codes. And Siberian and his other squad mate are inside the door, come out guns blazing. The rest of the security forces or whoever they are that's working for Prodigy come out. And they're like, hey, put your guns down. Come with us. We can't let you go. Be careful of the assets. Nibs starts talking crap, telling them to F off, and then says, Mr. Strawberry has a message for you and all this old craziness. My boy, I knew he was gone when my boy snatched the stuffed animal and tossed it off the boat.
As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, you done did it.
Yeah.
You done pissed off the most murderous
I'm
one.
like, she's gonna get it. She's gonna snap, y'all. With that,
The
when
one
that dog
with the
in
most
water.
murderous intent.
Mortal Kombat jawbone snatch, and then starts beating people with the jawbone. She held on to that for a minute.
She grabbed that chin. She grabbed the chin.
She said, I see you.
She said, say something else.
Yeah.
With the jaw in hand. Like,
jaw in hand. She starts beating folks up. Everybody's tensing up. Wendy starts beating the mess out of Siberia and the other squad mate of Joe's, and then finally in the chaos, he picks up one of the stunt. Well, he had the stun rifle he got from the other team, one of Morrow's team. I think that's why he had the electrical stuff. And shoots Wendy, and not Wendy, shoots Nibs. Nibs is convulsing on the ground. Wendy screams, what did you do? And that's the end of the episode. And I'm like, what is happening? Obviously, Wendy's going to have to go back along with the xenomorph because the xenomorph follows her. I'm afraid for Joe now, really.
Yeah.
Why are you afraid for Joe?
Because I think Boy Cavalier is going to put the eyeball thing in him.
I think he's just in over his head overall. I think Joe. I think his only goal was just like, well, I want to get my sister out of here. and now it's all this other stuff and all this has happened that my people are dead. Wendy is like, she can talk to the alien. I just feel like his face the whole time, like his face during this episode was cracking me up because like it was just so many moments where he was just looking like like just beside beside himself, like okay.
What did you say to it? told
Oh
to hide and
yeah,
follow.
exactly. Hide and follow. I'm like, she's giving smart tactical commands to her companion right now. Like, and what irritated me about the ending was the fact that like basically what's frustrating, like I kind of I empathize with Wendy because like she's doing everything to like save her brother, but her brother turns around and stabs her in the back by sending her back to their employer, um which was honestly his own. I mean, it was the most logical thing he would do as a person because he can't maintain it. But still, it's like you were here, you were with her to this point. You might as well just ride this dumb plan out and think you're gonna just take your sister. I would have respected him had he died in the process. So, and then for him to actually stop her from like once Nib snaps, she tries to recall the xenomorph, and then he interrupts her from doing it. And I was like, that irritated me. So I was kind of like, y'all deserve to die. Like I felt like all these people who worked at this job, I would have been fine with the xenomorph just wrecking them. Like I don't care if y'all got to do a job. Y'all security, y'all create monsters. Like your boss is creating monsters right now. And it's weird. It's also there this level of irony because I feel like he's looking at his his shock of what she can do. At times, it almost makes it like I kind of interpret his glance and looks as if like he's like he could see her as a monster, as a weapon, because she has the ability to control this thing. Like, so he's afraid of her.
Oh yeah.
So that's ultimately why he did what he did, because he was like, he probably understands like she can't be out in the world if she controls this thing, which is fair. But I wanted his whole team to get murked. I was ready for Siberian to get murked. When Nibs grabbed, like, did that, was it Nibs or Wendy where they kind of grabbed her and almost like pulled her by her neck?
No, that was
Nibs, right?
That was Nibs.
That was Nibs because
Yeah.
they
He was about
started
to snap
shooting
that
at her.
neck.
Yeah, she was about to pop off Siberian's neck, and I was like, do it. I wanted to just do it. And then when homie shot her with the little pistol, and then Joe wanted to chime in with the electric gun, I was like, man, you sell sellout. Oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah, what did you do? I felt the same way. What did you do?
Harriet would have
And I
left
think
you.
she should have still, honestly, I would have just did the little click thing and called Xenomorph in there and killed everybody and then just bounced. Like that's something that like I realized did make sense because like there was nothing. I'm trying to figure out what's stopping her. Like, is it you still like caring about your brother? Because like if she sent the Xenomorph in there, I'm sure the Xenomorph might have just, got carried away and accidentally killed Joe while they were at it. I don't know. I'm just curious why you call the airstrike at this point.
Yeah. Well, Joe, my annoyance with the show, mainly with Joe, is he knows for a fact he's not that dude. Like, he's been around
ain't that
people that
guy.
are that dude. Like, you're a medic
Mhm.
that go with this paramilitary unit, and you can triage, but you're not one to fight, infiltrate, exfiltrate, none of that. You can go into like a disaster area and find people and help them in the building, but other than that, that's about as far as your
See the
expertise
money?
extends. I'm not even sure. I'm confident Wendy could have driven that boat. I'm not sure Joe know how to drive a boat. Like that's how much like he didn't have a plan at all. He just had the codes for the boat. He was going to take the boat. I'm not sure he knows how to drive a boat, and that's kind of like that's who you're following. And I'm like, this is not going to lead anywhere. And him looking at her all goofy when she's like, "What did you do?" When he's looking Google-eyed at her and then looking over at Nibs convulsing, and then you got all the people standing over them with weapons. And yeah, she could have just called the xenomorph in, and that would have been a wrap. She could have sat down crisscross applesauce, did a couple, and then sat down and just watched the show. And then, hey, don't worry, we'll be gone in a minute, and it'd have been over.
I
Now they're
think
gonna go back.
I
Go ahead.
think all he was trying to do was just stop her. Like I think he was afraid that Nibs wasn't going to stop killing everyone.
Oh, she wasn't.
Yeah.
I
So
Oh,
understand
she
that.
wasn't.
But they weren't. No, they're not just gonna let you leave.
Facts.
the
Yeah.
problem.
Y'all would have to fight y'all way out, and they was ready
Yeah.
to do. The robots were ready to go.
Yeah.
They was ready to fight for their freedom.
It's true.
I mean, and they told him, and they told Arthur in so many words what was going to happen. Like
You're
they
just an
told
asset,
him,
buddy.
yeah, you either work for us or we can kick you off this island, and you're gonna owe us a crap ton of money. And then told Arthur, you fired. Don't let me catch you on the island past 5 o'clock, or you might get shot. Like these are the people that you're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
I'd had a bounce. But yeah, they're stuck now. The reason I say I feel for Joe now is because I think I think Boy Cavalier is going to try and put the eyeball thing in him.
Just because you don't like them.
I got the perfect specimen. Like I know exactly who I'm gonna put this in. He's dumb. He got low IQ, and if this raises his intelligence, and he might. But my only flaw with that is we've seen the eyeball on the ship get into a human. The engineer, the dude that was trying
Yeah.
to fix the ship before it crashed. He couldn't talk then. He was just making noises. He couldn't like verbally
It's
speak.
almost like a zombie in a way.
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna work unless I don't know. Unless
Well,
it's
I think it
different.
also won't work just because, like it's not a kid. Like it's an adult, you know. Unless I'm think I'm miss maybe I'm getting the
I'm talking about the eyeball alien.
okay, the
No, but
eyeball. It
you're
doesn't
onto
matter if you're a
something.
kid if it can infiltrate.
No, but Jonathan's onto something. If we take the same logic of like you being to take a more malleable mind and
Okay.
put it into a robot's body,
Hmm.
Boy Cavalier would have to repeat that experiment with another child, unless it works with adults. Because
Yeah,
like
I
you know,
don't.
because like the thing is like yes, let's say for the sake of the story and the plot, they don't want to reveal. We don't want to reveal that the eyeball alien actually can make people talk and communicate through people. Because like, why would they reveal that information so soon in the story when we just want to show you a fight scene between that thing and the xenomorph? Although it didn't, I feel like it was doing grunts. That's all
Yeah.
it was doing.
Yeah.
So if given the space to talk, if they write this scene out, they could explore it with them possessing an adult. We'll see where this goes, but
I
we got
mean, I now that I think about it, I don't know what I was saying holds that much weight. Just because the eyeball infiltrated the sheep, which in general that a sheep's brain is, you know, it's a sheep's brain, and so it increased its own intelligence. It just needed somewhere to inhabit. Like I think
yeah.
maybe it just needs a brain.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Oh,
But
that you're right. That's another good point.
the
Hmm.
engineer didn't look too intelligent as a when he got taken over. He just like you said, he looked like a zombie. He just kind of sitting there looking at you crazy, but he didn't really have anything to say.
I wonder if the engineer was less intelligent than the sheep. I wonder.
That would be
Hilarious.
hilarious. That's funny.
I wonder if it is intelligence or if it's something else. Like if it's, like if it like what if it's a capacity for fear or something? Like if a I don't know. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what the metrics are for the eyeball to inhabit and take over and communicate, you know. I don't know what their metrics are if there are metrics. I'm not sure if that's been made clear.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know, depending on how high on the evolution chain that the being has to be for the eyeball to get it. I would think it would want to be a human because we have opposable thumbs and articulated limbs and stuff
Yeah.
uh, to better manipulate things
We don't have to
rather than
poop
having to headbutt the
to
glass.
count.
Yeah,
We don't need to poop to count.
yeah, yeah. This was a cool episode. I'm hoping that Shmi and Slightly wake up to their power. I mean, you see what Nibs did. She was ripping off jawbones
Ready
and
to
mollywopping
go.
folks.
Ready to go.
I'm really curious about them. I'm worried about them. I feel so worried because I feel like they have gone through. Um, well, I don't know if they've gone through the most trauma, but I just feel like we've seen them like, you know, witnessed so much horribleness that I'm worried about their psyches the most, and how that affects, or how that will affect maybe their realization of their powers or their strength, or even how it will manifest for them. Like, is it all strength for everybody, or is it something else?
It's a dangerous combination. You got some traumatized kids with super strength right now, and they wake up to knowing what they can do,
Oh,
and find out you've been lying to them the whole time and all this other stuff. Because I don't think they know what happened to Toodles yet.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't. Besides slightly, but Curly and them wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, slightly does know because he was in the.
Yeah, he was in on
line.
it.
Yeah.
He was in on the whole thing.
He's the one that trapped. Look Arthur in his face as he stepped.
Ain't no face. Ain't no face.
That's crazy. Looked him in, and then was like, "Oh, you don't remember what happened?"
Oh yeah, that was wild.
So,
The flashbacks.
Yeah. It was a gas leak. It had to be evacuated, and I helped you. Yeah, that's the ticket. He's sitting there lying, piecing
Right.
it together. Shmi trying to jump in and add his little 2 cents. Craziness. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how they finish this off. Do we believe Morrow? Do you think Waitani has more coming? Because he said this isn't over.
They better.
He said this isn't over, and then Kurt's like it never is. Like, you got something else planned? We got something for that too. We waiting on y'all.
We got corporate warfare on. Let's go. Send the rest of the send the rest of the squad. Let's get in there.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what it is, because I don't think he can manipulate any more of the children.
No, he definitely can. He's so curt too. Stop talking. Shut up. No. You're acting like a kid. You're an adult now. What do adults do when they make a mistake? They own up to it. I'm like,
It made me so mad. I was like, you
damn.
know, that's a kid, man. I'm just, I hate him in this show. Like,
I hate you.
He's a good villain. I don't like him at all.
Yes, when you know you've done your job when you get pissed off at the bad guy. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they finish this off. And I'm not sure if it's going to dovetail into anything as far as it being a prequel to Aliens. Because again, we're going to have to explain why we know nothing about them in the film. It's like a new discovery. We're like, no, these things were on Earth a couple years back. We didn't know nothing about this. There should have been a report or something. So I'm wondering, I'm thinking Kirsch takes over. Hopefully something happens to Boy Cavalier, and Kirsch becomes the new head of Prodigy, and they just mainly deal with synths. And maybe that's how we
synth business.
Synth business. We just move forward. Perhaps that we get peace because they give the specimens back to Wayland Yutani, and they go their separate ways. I don't know how it's going to end up.
See, I would be more happy if that was all the Kirsch's plan was. Like, all right, I knew that, he could tell that, like, maybe like Boy Cavalier wasn't running the company well, and so that would be a nice resolution. I would be actually happy with it. That he takes over. That'd be cool.
We just needed this crazy dude out the way.
Yeah, just get him out of there.
Where is he? He's in the lab.
Clean.
He's in the lab right now with an eyeball stuck in his head. Don't let him out. And definitely don't look at that wandering eye too much. It's really big. When he answers questions, he tends to go to the corner of the room and take a dukes. But
he talks.
Yeah, because Wendy's going back. The whole crew is gonna be back together except for Toodles. And because I don't think Nibs is dead either. I think she's stunned.
That's what I don't know. I feel like these scents will get taken out pretty quickly. But I mean, it is android synthetic bodies. Electricity should be the thing that knocks it out. I don't want Nibs to be completely retired. Like, they should be able to boot her back up, and be like, all right, she good. We're gonna wipe her brain again.
I mean, technically, I think they should be able to get Toodles back.
I don't know why they can't that's another thing. But like, it would be one thing if they couldn't recover like the brain,
Yeah.
like where the hard drive, where it's like, all of its like memories and things are. If they can't physically recover that, I would understand, because that thing ate at its head. So I could see that part, but
I mean, I feel like they probably could, just because whatever was in his head is probably they got it backed up on a
on
cloud
the cloud.
somewhere.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
another thing. I was like, y'all should be advanced enough to just have this on cloud storage. We are there right now.
But
And
I
didn't
feel
the
like
first didn't the
you go
first
ahead.
xenomorph stab Wendy? There was head trauma to Wendy when they came back from the ship, right? She had milk coming
She
down
had
the side of her head.
she must have got hit with the acid or something while she was fighting. Something happened.
Yeah, I think she got cut open in the head, and because the white milky stuff was coming out, and she passed out when they opened the door. So there's precedent been set for them. I just don't know if maybe the damage done by the fly things, where there was too much damage, corroded too
He
much.
got messed up. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
got
got-
messed up.
He was sitting there looking at it. Can't be looking at life like you're looking at a 3D screen, man. This is real life. Stuff is coming at you, but to pop you in the face, and he's staring at it and on his wrist, like, oh, this is interesting.
So dumb.
I have to remind myself they're kids.
Yes.
They're babies.
Man. So yeah, I guess tomorrow we'll see what happens for the finale, and then next week we'll decide what else we will discuss, whether it be Peacemaker or something along those lines on some other streaming service. No, we're not doing that.
He's like, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here with that, cheap followers. Appreciate y'all chopping it up with me about these things. You guys have any guesses as to what's going to happen next week?
Honestly, no. I don't
No.
know.
Final showdown. Who's breaking out is the question. Like, I just want to know who's get like is. I need somebody to break out. I need Kirsch to take over. Boy Cavalier needs to die. Yeah, there needs to be some type of shootout between the different corporations. I need something.
Thinking
I feel
about it too, because we don't hear. You've seen all the movies? Do we hear of Prodigy? Do we hear of Prodigy at all?
That's a good question, because we always hear about Weyland Yutani. That's why I was so like surprised. But then again, what is it? I feel like that whole idea of like sometimes like spoon feeding the information to your audience is like, you can have like I don't ever remember them talking about the fact that like multiple corporations control places on Earth in previous Alien films. Like I did now have to go watch maybe the later ones, like 3 and 4. Like would they even talk about that? Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even know that's how this whole entire world was structured. And I was like, oh, so this is cool to now know this. That gives us more context. But I've never heard of the other corporation besides Weyland.
Yeah, so we don't hear about you. That means you ain't there.
Maybe the corporation didn't last. Maybe it merged. Maybe it was a merger that happened.
I think it'll be so crazy if like everyone just gets murked in the next episode. Like if everyone like is killed. I think that would
also solve our problems.
A team wipe.
Yeah.
Everybody
whole team wipe. Everyone's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Everybody gonna die.
Chum chum. Everybody gonna die.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I don't know how.
We gonna see.
I just feel like that would be epic if just everyone's plan failed and everyone died.
Xenomorph included, actually. Plot twist, the Xenomorph dies too. Like that cleans up everything. Be like, well, the Xenomorph's dead, so on an abandoned island.
They just nuke the place. Everything is vaporized. The last thing you see is the lamb or the sheep and the thing. Like, what the hell?
Oh man, we were rooting for him. We were rooting for him the whole time. We were rooting for him.
And that still has to be resolved, because remember the Eye and the Xenomorph was beefing. So, man, I have no idea. I can't call it. Yeah. It's supposed to be the next.
This is a tight game. like a tight game. We don't know who's gonna win.
We're at the bottom of the ninth. We're at the bottom of the ninth, Jordan.
There's 3
Going
minutes
into
left.
overtime right now. Crazy.
So where this is going?
Gotta stop the clock.
Yeah.
Call timeout. Call timeout real quick. We only got 2 left.
Man. Appreciate y'all chopping up with me about these things. You had 2 records. I'm not sure. They didn't comment, but I appreciate the 2 of y'all that came on the live stream to catch us, the Askari Cast. Like I said, I will be uploading this video to Spotify, and there will be links in the description of this episode with all 3 of our personal websites if you're interested in our creative endeavors. We will come back next week to talk episode 8, and who knows after that. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Peace.